Freedom. Father God, you are the best thing ever happened in my life.
Izzy Boy now here with Ari and joining us here tonight in studio. Alright, the lovely not really newly baptized. You say it's still new to you?
No, a year.
It's over a year, almost 2 years.
Okay. Well, Destiny Israel, formerly known as Destiny Sparta, is in the building, people. Bless up.
Bless you. Thank you for
There we
having
go.
me.
Thanks for being here. So we have to talk about, of course, you mentioned your baptism, right? How has things been, since that conversion?
No, but before you even get there, because I remember we were supposed to talk to you but right before your conversion, I remember and then he's like something happened and we didn't get to talk to you and then we thought that we would have started out again and then you're baptized. But how has it been?
Up and down. I go through a lot of spiritual warfare, but for the most part, I am happy. I'm at peace. I am strong. When you have God, Him give you strength. He gives you the courage and the strength and the peace to fight all the battles. So I'm good for the most part.
I mean, I know there's just so much that you want to talk about, but most people don't really understand. Most people don't really get it. Most people think that, it's probably all in the mind. But can you share just a little bit of what were some of the things that you were going through and that made you to say no, this has to be this bigger than me. And I have to get some spiritual help.
All right. Well, before I got baptized in January of 2020, January 2020, I went through a psychosis where I was on drugs and alcohol.
What kind
pills,
of drugs?
Molly.
Wow.
I went through a psychosis where I almost lost my mind. And I was hearing voices telling me to kill myself. And I went to halfway through, the voices were telling me to walk out in the traffic. And there was some witchcraft going on too, which I wasn't aware of that until after, but me soon get to that.
Okay.
So I went down to Kingston Harbor and I actually jumped. I jumped in the water and...
Yeah, in your song testimony, you can't swim.
I was trying to go down, but I kept floating up. I couldn't sink. Right? And, I came out, I got some cuts and bruises, climbed up on the rocks and came out. And I was talking to somebody about it, my producer friend, big up Jay Crazy. I was talking to him about it and he said, Destiny, no sense, you know how much people go over there and drown. And I Googled it and I saw that people actually went over there and lost their lives. And I could not sink no matter how much me try to go down. So I'm just grateful that, God saved me from that,
And you said that in the song, you said purpose. You can't kill purpose.
Yes. And fast forward to June of that same year, because after that, usually I'm a social drinker and smoker and whatever, just occasionally when we hang out and stuff. But I got to a place where me couldn't do without liquor, me couldn't do without weed, me couldn't do... go as far as if I did not have the weed, I would cut up the stems, roll it in a Bible leaf when me not have no Rizla and smoke it.
Wow.
It was that bad. And you could have smelled me from you could have smelled me from out of the door right there.
Wait, a weed?
Well, alcohol.
Oh, alcohol.
It smelled like if you light a match, would have just blast out.
Wow.
It got really bad.
You're saying, at least I'm hearing you speak about the things that you used to do, the drugs that you used to intake. I'm wondering, because you had a moniker named Psychodol. So I wonder if it's that you did these things to kind of, keep up that moniker.
No, it wasn't to keep up the moniker, but we have to be careful what we call ourselves.
True.
Words have power, and we have to be careful because me call myself Psychodol. I almost lost my mind. And so fast forward to June. No, I was having a similar psychosis to earlier in January. And I went home and I was sleeping with my mom. I went to sleep with my mom and I said, pray for me. And then she prayed for me, and she played the Cindy Trim Atomic Warfare prayer. And I started to convulse, like, that's how I was behaving.
Wow.
The following, usually when she invite me at church, because she's a Christian,
Yeah.
usually when she invite me to church, me nah look. Me put on the longest color hair and the shortest rider and through the gate. Me no want to hear about church. That Sunday, I woke up and I said, you know, you're going to church? She said, yes, I'm going to go. Pastor had altar call. I was the first person up there because I knew something was wrong. And she laid hands on me and she was like, loose her, loose her. And I fell. And I fell and she came back over me and I fell on my butt. And she was there, loose her, loose her. She was over me for a while and I screamed the loudest scream. And an entity left my body.
No.
No.
Ooh.
God is good, eh?
You saw it?
You hear me,
Or
man?
something that you felt?
I couldn't see it. It's something I felt. It came through my mouth, left. And from then, it was a spirit of addiction. So when people say spiritual warfare not real or people, they don't understand.
No.
They really don't.
Because we can't
understand.
say it's like we live in the temporal where it's like physical. So anything that is beyond the realm of what we can see, what we can feel, is like we just don't understand it. And then we
Right.
say that we just cast it away and say, well, you know, it's in your mind, it's not real. It's, you know, that's why so many things happening. And I see that it's touching you. And I thought that you probably would have walked away from music altogether, but you're coming back now. Is your new song Testimonies? It is your reintroduction into the gospel music scene.
It is. Because I was contemplating whether or not.
Right.
Because I was focusing on really strengthening my faith and working on my candle business.
Right. Which you talk about it when we show people though.
Oh dear, I never want to cry. I missed
That's good.
Yeah.
So,
Really
Scented
nice.
Beauty by Destiny. I make dessert candles.
Smells so good.
It does.
Smells really
Now
good.
me can smell it
Thank
from here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were focusing on just doing that because it's almost like you wanted to leave music
space,
altogether, right?
But then I love music. That's something that's my passion.
Yeah.
And even like going around the house, I would sing songs. But then there was like I couldn't express myself anymore. I buried so much that I couldn't express myself anymore how I used to through music.
Yeah.
Hey, me can't bother with a bally stuff. Yeah, so I went on a fast.
Yeah.
And I went on an extended fast because I was battling a lot. Like emotionally. So I went on a fast and I was wondering, okay, what should I do? And I was led to the scripture. I was led to Isaiah 40. I read it and I heard the inner voice saying, continue reading. And I went to 42 and I said, sing unto the Lord a new song. And that just touched me. And it's a continue reading because I was also contemplating what I should call myself. I used to go by the name Israel before, long time ago, when I was
Before
new.
Sparta.
Yeah, long time before that. And I was saying, okay, I was calling myself Destiny the Matriarch for a while, and then Israel came back to me. And while contemplating that on the fast, I went down to Isaiah 44. And there were I came across a scripture that says, another shall subscribe unto me with their hand and surname themselves by the last name Israel. So that was just confirmation right there.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, that's it.
So
And then I wrote this song on that fast. I was praying. I said, God, I don't know how I've buried so much. Me just bear my soul.
yeah,
And I said,
yeah, because I was
Hold on, just come up more to the mic.
Oh.
yeah, because I was wondering, like, did you bury yourself intentionally?
No.
No, you just couldn't get the words out. You couldn't describe it. You
Yeah.
couldn't share with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Why you thought about why you couldn't do that?
I think it's just trauma and not wanting to relive it sometimes, so just bury it.
Yeah. This is really fascinating.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know though, because you went by Destiny Sparta. So is it that you are a fan of Tamale Sparta, or like there was a relationship there, like working relationship, or
I was signed to Tommy for 3 years,
okay?
but I know Tommy long time before in boss.
Yeah, come
Like,
over here.
Mobile,
far from
yeah.
here.
Actually, when I came off Magnum Kings and Queens, when he wasn't out there as yet, I got a show. I called him on before everybody knew him. Mash up the place, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's somebody that I always believe in, and him always believe in me, and said whenever he got the break, he
You
would
carry
carry
him.
him, and he did.
When you see what's going on with him right now, like what are your thoughts?
Oh
This
gosh,
thing.
why no? Why make me not touch him? Hey, I mean it's a real bad girl now. Now me come with this bally.
Yeah, remember when you used to go on your bad girl antics for Instagram? I say, hey, Destiny, all right.
Yeah, but I mean it's sad.
Yeah.
That I know him. You know, it's really sad because I know that he has such a light inside, and he just need to shine through because he has so much potential. The world not see or hear what that man can do, and I just pray that one day him really find that light to shine through the darkness.
When's the last time you spoke with him, by the way?
It's been a while, but I've spoken to him since my conversion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Destiny, you think that there is something deep in dancehall that like we as fans and probably persons looking out like we don't get, like because we hear people talk about, you know, people try to stop them, especially like with dark forces, then you know they say obia, you know, but there's so much that's happening beyond that we don't see. Do you really think that, like, what you think can change that? Like, should we talk more about what's happening happening behind the scenes and not really hide it?
I
And
don't think anything can change it. I don't think anything can change it because, boy, me not even want to get too deep into
Yeah.
that. But I mean, when you have egos and
like, what is a corruptible agent in it? I guess that's the question, because do people go in there with the intention to like not do bad things, say bad things, be bad, or you know, but there's just something that's in there's something in the
it's
genre.
there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer. I really don't know. But it can be a very dark.
Place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's
some
fun,
people,
and you know, but it can also be dark.
I mean, there are some Christians who might be listening and say that, you know, maybe it's because you were around the dancehall element that, you know, conjure up those dark spirits within you, other than the drugs and, you know, things that you used to do. Would you agree with that? That it was the music and you being involved in that environment that led it to that dark place?
No.
So you can't really say
I
why
can't say
why the dark force will come, like why there was dark forces around you. You can't say why.
I can't say, well, it's because I was around this. I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
Me just glad say
You know,
God
run it
got
again.
me.
I've asked you about Jahmiel because we had him here last
Yeah.
week and he spoke of, you know, similar things that
Right.
sound early similar to what you went through. So when you heard what he had to say,
I believe
what you thought?
every word that he said because I can relate. When he spoke about seeing into the other realm, seeing
Yeah.
into another realm, and I've experienced that. So me know there are disembodied spirits. So when you're young, I didn't used to believe in these things. Me used to think of garbage. When me hear about Obia, me used to think of garbage. Because
True.
how I grew up, I grew up in a family that don't believe in it. And later on, I realized that this thing does exist.
You know,
And the Bible speaks about
yeah,
it.
because I'm not a Christian, and most people first to tell you that I'm very reverent, but I do believe in God, and in, you know, there's a bigger spirit out there. And one of the quotes, the scriptures that I quote, I don't know it, the scripture's name, but it's like, we don't wrestle flesh and blood, but principalities of the dark. It's a song too that it come off, and I really believe that sometimes it's not necessarily things that we see, like the physical persons that we see and war is not, that's not it. It is spirit and the forces, good and bad, that is causing us to act, you know, in the way that the forces want.
That is very
true.
That is very true.
You know,
The world is more spiritual than we.
It is. But there will be skeptics out there that probably hear your story and say, I probably true she couldn't hack it in a dancer, so that's why, you know, she's going this path now. You've heard that sentiment out there?
I've heard that a lot of times. But right before my conversion, I had a song to release, a new music video.
I think it was with Renee, right?
No, that one went out.
That was released.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
not okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When me I say Batman, me want.
Yeah, okay.
No, me don't want a bad man. Me need a God man. But then,
Yo, you used to be the raunchiest female. One of the raunchiest females in the game.
yeah. But before, I had a song, a video to come out, and I scrapped it. I scrapped
Can
it.
imagine.
I scrapped it, and I did a song saying that I was a lesbian. That would, because I wanted that clout. That clout me did a look. True.
And you weren't really engaged in lesbianic activity, okay?
No. But that was what I wanted to portray because I wanted to be the hot topic. So if I wanted clothes, I would have stayed in dancehall because that wouldn't give me some
I get it.
traction. You understand? 'Cause, but no, I went through a spiritual battle.
So your candle making business, it's called. Hold on, let me get the right name. It's Scented Beauty by Destiny, handmade with love. So is after your conversion and everything, is like you just found you wanted to be engaged in some sort of creative outlet. So continue.
I actually bought the stuff to do the business before. I had it like a year before, but I didn't get around to it because I was mostly focused on the music. Yeah, but then afterwards, now I said, no, it's time.
Yeah.
And I started to make them, and I love it.
Yeah, and the reception, you've gotten
great feedback. People love them.
How much you sell them for?
Oh, so that size is 2,500 and this one is 3,500.
So you say you hand make them yourself?
Yeah,
so
I
you
made
do
them
the
myself.
waxing and them something?
Everything.
Give a little process how it go.
They me forgot to give me
Oh, it's a special thing. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's like asking the colonel from secret recipe.
No, because
How
me I said
could you
I didn't
are?
even know. To be honest, like me just think say only bath and body work people do them some of
You
them
want to
stuff.
run her out of business.
So you have like you do it from your home.
Yeah,
you
I
have
do
a
it from
shop
home.
or
No, I do it from home and I have locations where I drop off and where people can actually go and purchase them. That's Reliable Mobile at Western Plaza, Montego Bay, and Ultimate Meal Boutique, which is at Witter Village, Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. So you live in Montego Bay
Yes,
now?
I do.
Okay. So is there plans now with this whole testimony song? I'm certain no. Is this your, as I said, reintroduction? You're coming back into the music, but
Yeah.
obviously not.
Dancehall.
Yeah.
Right.
So you find the space of gospel reggae to be welcoming and open arms.
Yeah, the journey, big up the journey and Prince Saj, they have, and the biblical lyricists. Yeah. They're warm.
And you think that
reached
the
out
audience to the gospel audience, they're more
Yeah.
receptive and open to
yeah,
and
they're
them.
receptive. Yeah, they are.
I
Because
just-
I'm getting good feedback. I dropped a freestyle, gospel freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, me used to do my freestyle.
I know
Yeah,
you
you're
said
dancehall
freestyle.
king and
I know,
queen.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I dropped a freestyle and I got very good reviews from it. And with the song Testimony, it's doing well.
I like, and to be honest, I thought I would hate it, but I don't hate the song. I really don't. You know, it's you know why? Because I don't like to be preached to, and as
she's a
I
heathen,
said, I'm
that's
a
why.
heathen. I'm
She's a heathen,
irreverent.
Destiny. She's
I
a
think
heathen,
God
yeah.
know it, but and God love me a little bit. But you know,
Keep
it's just
telling
I don't
yourself
like
that.
to be
Yeah.
like to. I don't like to be preached to, and I don't like to, like people that try to be all over righteous and sanctimonious and I try pontificate with them pious self. It's just a whole thing. But the song you hear that is coming from a real place, and is, as you say, is your testimony. And then
Right.
listen to it, and I'm like, oh, you went through some serious stuff, and I can relate to its honesty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that.
I do like it.
What's been the biggest obstacle on your journey so far? In the state of renewal.
I don't. I wouldn't say I have a big obstacle. Everything me just going on my Bible. I'm gonna kneel down and talk to God. Me not have no big obstacle. I mean, I've never been more at peace.
You look it. I look it, and energy and vibe.
Yeah.
There seemed to be a sense of calm.
Yeah.
Like even when we were outside talking, like there's just a sense of calm.
Yeah.
And I think that's priceless.
Well, when we used to watch your Instagram video, them I used to get a sense of craziness. But good because it was you being in your element, DJing, what I mean. But it looked like there were several things going on beyond that, and I'm just glad that you're at a better place in life right now. It's good to see. It's always good to see when we hear people who were was in a dark place and you see them now, glowing and looking good.
Yeah.
Definitely see it, pray.
All right, so let's wrap out and play out with your song. So before we do that, let's just close the show. But what you want to say?
Oh yeah. I have to shout out FE2 Music for producing this song, and Tammy T. She's on the chorus of this. She did the background vocals, and I wanted that soulful sound, so
Yeah, I
she's
heard
on
it.
there.
Okay.
So yeah, big up Tammy T, big up FE2.
All right.
I know that you've been having an issue with your Instagram, because you did not go by Destiny Sparta, so you up on Instagram. It looks like you just dash it to and just create a new one.
No, actually, it's still there. I deactivated it for a while, but then I opened it back. Because of the verification badge, I can't get a name change without contacting IG support.
Oh,
and
it was
them I
verified
didn't-
before.
Yeah,
The
it's
Sparta one, okay, yeah.
It's verified during the Sparta thing.
Yeah.
So IG support is taking long to respond to me. So I create a new page, Destiny_Israel YISRAEL. So you can follow me there, guys.
Okay, what else can the people expect from you musically going forward?
I'm going to drop a few more singles. Yeah, that's it. And a music video for Testimony is coming soon.
Okay.
And the said sort of DJ style.
Yeah,
I'm
DJ
assuming.
and
I thought
some
you released a
singing
video.
thing.
It's an official music video testimony.
No.
And I eat this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Somebody have to get copyright stricken? Leak? Oh, we get it. And we get the exclusive. You know them things there. That's cool. I watch her just there release it to the public.
That's why I
God.
turned the laptop.
You see
this
why
way.
people afraid to send me nothing?
Yeah.
Anyways, give thanks for passing through.
And thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man.
Paranoid, see too much evil. Friend I kill friend, I just quint them deceive you. Ma put my trust in a God and no people. Cause all when you're real to them sit down and pray you.